Hello, and welcome to the Colorado Channel's weekly wrap-up for the week of March 21st through 25th. My name is Pat Stedman, and I'm a state senator. I represent District 31 in central Denver and southwest Adams County. And the purpose of these weekly wrap-ups is to let you know some of the things that happened here at the State House for the week, and also give us a look forward to what's coming up in the coming weeks. This week in the State Senate, we passed a bill that I sponsored that I think is one of the more significant pieces of legislation the legislature will debate this year, Senate Bill 172, the Colorado Civil Unions Act. We had a very civil, very thorough debate of the bill that extended 2 days on the Senate floor, and actually it's one of the moments I'm most proud of the conduct of the Senate in exercising our duty to debate important public policy issues and stand up for what's right for our constituents. This morning, I had the pleasure of having one of my bills signed into law by Governor Hickenlooper. It is a smart-on-crime criminal sentencing reform for drug offenders. It's a continuing theme that we've been working on, and the legislature is very interested in the topic of sentencing reform and criminal justice reforms. We think that our corrections budget is one of the places where we can really look to save some money and spend our taxpayer dollars more wisely. And of course, the state budget is a big topic right now. We're at this stage where we're about to introduce what's called the long bill, which is the annual appropriation of dollars for state government. It's our state's annual budget, and it takes about a week for the long bill to move through each chamber. And the long bill will soon be introduced in the Senate. As you probably know, our state budget has some real difficulties this year, and the governor's budget request proposes some rather significant cuts to our public education budget. In anticipation of that debate, the Senate Education Committee held a public hearing this week to hear from school board members and representatives of school districts across the state and parents of school children to talk about what the proposed budget cuts mean for their school districts and the students they serve. It's certainly something that's going to be a major topic of debate as we get down to the business of passing a state budget and making sure that our budget is balanced and serves the needs of Colorado's citizens. That's one of the big topics coming up in the next few weeks, and for those of you that are regular viewers of the Colorado Channel, I'm sure you'll want to tune in and watch all of the budget debates that take place on the House and Senate floor. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting the Colorado Channel. We hope you find that it's an important public service. One of the other things I'll just end on is that I also this week had the pleasure of being elected the new chair of the board of the Colorado Channel Authority. This is a service brought to you by the General Assembly and something we feel is very important to provide access and accountability and transparency for the workings of your state legislature. I'm very proud to serve on the board. Glad to have this opportunity to talk with you today. Thanks.
Hello, and welcome to another weekly wrap-up from the Senate floor. I'm State Senator Kevin Grantham, and I represent Senate District 2. This week, Senate Republicans proposed measures to assist low-income students attending private colleges, to create options for charter schools, and to prevent public officials from using your hard-earned tax dollars in public ads. We also proposed legislation, which I sponsored in the Senate, to reduce the late fee imposed under FASTER, which increased your vehicle registration fees. Unfortunately, each of these measures was defeated in committee on party line vote. However, we will continue to promote principles of choice in education, reduce spending, and working to reverse the financial burden of FASTER. Looking ahead, the General Assembly will now begin working on balancing the state budget. Senate Republicans issued a letter to members of the Joint Budget Committee outlining 8 principles that we believe will provide a fiscally responsible budget. These include maintaining a reserve of at least 4%, as recommended by the governor, making structural long-term changes to entitlements, and avoiding the use of one-time funding sources to prop up general fund spending that only creates a shortfall for the next year. You can read the remaining budget principles and other information on the Senate Republicans by visiting www.coloradosenatenews.com. Thank you, and we'll see you the next time for the weekly wrap-up from the Senate floor.